Have you ever wondered what's truly most valuable in life? This ancient tale of a spider, a Buddha, and a human journey reveals that true richness often lies not in what we lack, but in the beauty we already possess. High on a moss-covered branch, intricately spun before the serene entrance of a Buddhist temple, lived a diligent spider. For centuries, it observed the quiet prayers and profound teachings echoing from within. One peaceful morning, the Buddha himself passed by and asked, "Tell me, little one, what do you believe is the most precious thing in this vast world?" With a flicker of intuition from 1,000 years of absorbing the temple's wisdom, the spider thoughtfully replied, "Lord, it is that which is forever unattainable, the dream just beyond reach, and that which has been lost, the cherished moment that slips away." The Buddha offered a subtle nod and continued on his path. A full millennium later, the Buddha returned to the familiar temple entrance. He found the very same spider, now ancient but still weaving. "Little one," the Buddha inquired once more, "what are your thoughts now on my question?" Having witnessed endless human desires over a second thousand years, the spider echoed its earlier sentiment. It is that which is unattainable, and that which has been lost. Another gentle nod from the Buddha, and he departed. During the next 1,000 years, a singular event unfolded. A gentle breeze carried a minuscule shimmering dewdrop and deposited it perfectly onto a delicate thread of the spider's web. The spider paused, transfixed by its iridescent beauty, sparkling like a tiny jewel. A wave of pure, unadulterated joy washed over it, a sensation more profound than anything in its 3,000-year existence. But just as quickly, another gust of wind arrived and whisked the precious dewdrop away. An immediate, sharp pang of pain, a profound sense of loss, and an aching loneliness enveloped the spider. It was then, in that moment of desolation, that the Buddha reappeared. His presence was calm, timeless. "And now," he asked, his voice soft yet resonant, "what is the most precious thing in this world?" The spider, its recent anguish raw and vivid, its conviction born of deep experience, repeated, "It is that which is unattainable, and that which has been lost." The Buddha's expression remained unchanged, but instead of nodding, he declared, "Then I shall grant you a single lifetime as a human being." The spider was reborn as Clara, the exquisitely beautiful and graceful daughter of the Prime Minister. At a magnificent royal feast, she was utterly captivated by the brilliant scholar Ethan, his wit and artistic talents enchanting her completely. Clara felt an immediate, undeniable connection, a certainty that this was the destined match the Buddha had arranged for her. Days later, by chance, Clara accompanied her mother to the very temple where the spider had resided, coinciding with Ethan bringing his own mother there. After their devotions, Clara and Ethan had a chance to speak. Clara's heart swelled with anticipation, but Ethan, though impeccably courteous, maintained a noticeable distance, his demeanor overly formal, never quite meeting her eager gaze with the warmth she yearned for. Clara returned home, her joy deflated. She pondered the Buddha's arrangement, confused by Ethan's lack of affection. Her hopes began to dwindle. A few days later, a thunderclap of news shattered her world. The king decreed that Laureate Ethan was to marry Princess Willow, and Clara, Prince Jasper. The news struck her with a crushing blow. Why, she agonized, would the Buddha be so cruel with her fate? Overcome with despair, Clara refused food and drink, lying in her chambers, lost in a torment of grief. Her spirit began to flicker, her very life force ebbing. News of her decline reached Prince Jasper, who, distraught and consumed by an agonizing love, rushed to her bedside. He knelt, his voice thick with anguish. "If you are to die, what purpose would my life serve?" With a desperate cry, Prince Jasper drew his ceremonial sword, intending to take his own life beside her. At that very instant, in the fragile space between life and death, the Buddha materialized. His voice, gentle but clear, addressed Clara's departing soul. "Spider, have you truly considered who brought the dewdrop, Ethan, to you? It was the wind, Princess Willow, that carried him to your web, and it was the wind that carried him away. Ethan was merely a brief, beautiful melody in your life, never meant to be your symphony. And Prince Jasper, He is the small, steadfast tree that stood before my temple for all those thousands of years. He gazed upon you, the spider, for 3,000 years, loved you deeply and unconditionally. Yet in your pursuit of fleeting desires, you never once bent down to truly see him. Spider, I ask you again, what is the most precious thing in this world? The truth, stark and illuminating, finally dawned upon the spiders. Transformed consciousness. A profound awakening blossomed within her. With newfound clarity, she spoke to the Buddha, her voice weak but firm. Lord, I understand now. The most precious thing in this world is not that which is unattainable, nor that which has been lost. It is the happiness that is currently held. It is the love that is present, the life that breathes this very moment. As her profound words concluded, the Buddha's serene form shimmered and faded. In that same instant, Clara's soul, invigorated, returned to her earthly body. Her eyes snapped open, and she saw Prince Jasper, sword raised, poised to end his life. With a surge of newfound strength, she reached out, her hand firmly grasping the blade, stopping him, her gaze meeting his with an understanding deeper than any words could convey, a promise of a future finally cherished. Thanks for tuning in. We poured our hearts into this story and would love to hear what you thought. Share your comments below. If you enjoyed it, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.